It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Okay, Andy, you going to do this program today or not? What do you think?
Well, you already started, so.
Well, no, I'm just asking because we can just always like walk out.
Are we walking out?
You want to?
Okay.
Stage a walkout or just walk out because it's just hot and I'm tired?
I don't want to stage a walkout because I don't want other people to come.
Oh, you're right, because we if we're going to walk out, we just want to go out by ourselves, right?
Or just sneak out.
Just sneak out. Is Lori Lynn still back there?
Yeah, she can come with us.
Well, she can. I was just thinking she could like give us cover for what do we need, like 10 minutes to escape?
I was thinking about a getaway car.
I give her my keys and she could pull it around front, but then I wouldn't trust her.
We'll pick you up.
She'd spill food. You know, neither one of you'd pick me up. Then you'd spill food in my clean car.
That is not true.
It's all. You know, the sad part is it's absolutely true. You two would go off and leave me in a heartbeat. Okay, I got to get focused here. One thing I do not normally do on this program. In fact, I can't tell you the last time I did this because I don't do it. But I'm going to do it right now. Let's see. I'm going to go over here. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Yep, still there. I do read the Drudge Report. I have bookmarked 5 sites that I read every morning. Not going to tell you what they are, but you probably know. And Drudge is one of them. But generally, if there is a story on Drudge, I don't do it in this show, especially if it's the headline. And it's a red headline, or it's a Drudge siren. Unless, of course, it's, World War III has broken out, or Trump beat up somebody, or somebody beat up Trump, or whatever. I might do that story because it's on Drudge. I'm making an exception today because when I saw this, the headline is in all red. Now, when Drudge puts something in all red, he's wanting to make sure that you read it. The headline on Drudge at 4:07:53 this afternoon is Google, and then a colon. No, not that kind of colon. A colon is a punctuation. Google, colon. Republicans are Nazis. All right, I'll click. Here's the story from Vice.com. Less than 1 week before the California primary, Google listed Nazism as the ideology of the California Republican Party. In the knowledge panel that provides easy access to information next to search results, Google listed Nazism as an ideology of the party. The word Nazism was hyperlinked, which means if you click on it, it'll take you to another page. The word Nazism was hyperlinked to a secondary page that shows Nazism alongside other ideologies of the California Republicans, like conservatism, market liberalism, physical conservatism, and green conservatism. I didn't know there was any such thing as green conservatism, but okay, I'll bite. The listing is provoking, according to Vice, outrage among Republicans who already believe Silicon Valley tech giants are stacking the deck against them. Republican Representative Kevin McCarthy, the House Majority Leader and a potential successor to Speaker Paul Ryan, said this: "It is disgraceful that the world's largest search engine has labeled millions of California Republicans as Nazis. This is just the latest incident in a disturbing trend to slander conservatives. These damaging actions must be held to account. The bias has to stop." No, it doesn't. It certainly does not, Mr. McCarthy. The bias is there, it's real, and deal with it. Point it out, mock it, but when you tell me that these damaging actions must be held to account, what do you want to do? Now, Google's knowledge panels, if you do a search, you search me, for example. In the little panel, if you're using Google as your search engine, there will be a little box next to the 5 million hits that if you type in Michael D. Brown FEMA, you'll get all the nasty stories about me. But over here in a box will be a picture of me that's about 30 years old, and then a link to my very, very accurate Wikipedia page, where 90% of what's on there is inaccurate, wrong, defamatory, whatever. And I actually believed, naively, about 10 years ago, that I could clean that Wikipedia page up. And every time I would try to put the truth in there and actually link it to the actual testimony or the actual affidavits filed, it would be undone. So I just gave up. Because if you have to go to Wikipedia for anything than just the most cursory knowledge of something, you're wasting your time. Well, those pages, that box, that knowledge panel, is automatically populated from a variety of sources, including Wikipedia. Now, they're trying to walk this back, Google is, by claiming that, well, sometimes people vandalize public information sources like Wikipedia. Okay, then why do you use that as a primary source? You use it as a primary source in your so-called knowledge panel, Google, because you're biased and because you know that Wikipedia sucks, so that's where you're going to go. The other thing that's interesting about this whole story is it is not by accident. Because if you go to the spokesperson for Google says this: Nazism listing was not due to any manual change by any Google employee. The company does not manipulate search results to favor any political ideology over another. But their algorithms are designed to do so. The algorithms, if you already have an algorithm, for example, that when you Google me, that the first choice is to go to a Wikipedia page, which Google acknowledges is, well, not very reliable, because people manipulate Wikipedia pages. So you use a knowingly manipulated page as your first item in the search results so that people will, think about it. You're just, dumb, fat, and happy like the rest of us, and you do a Google search. Let me just do a Google search. What should we do? iHeartMedia. Let's do a Google search for iHeartMedia. Oh, look, there's a box over here. You got the stock price, you got the headquarters, you got a profile on Twitter, but it doesn't have, let's see. It's got the company, the Wikipedia, right there on the first page. Interesting. Oh, let's do George W. Bush. Huh, Shazam, looky there. Wikipedia is the first hit for a former president of the United States of America. Google, your bias is showing, and you've gotten caught red-handed. Now, do I want to do anything about it? The only thing I want to do about it is point it out, make you aware of it, inform you about it, mock Google for the leftist, progressive, Marxist company that it is, and then humbly suggest that you find a different search engine. I never use Google. Well, Angie, am I going to be in trouble for having used the Google on a company computer during the program? Can you take this last segment out of the whatever so that we don't get in trouble for it? See, I'm not allowed to use Google. No, the company won't let me use it because I use it all the time to look up porno and stuff. Man, oh man. Republicans are Nazis. Don't believe me? Google it.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
Hey, let's go talk to my favorite realtor, Bobby Bolden with RE/MAX Professionals. Bobby, I got a question for you. So I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think there might be a lot of people up and down the Front Range that want to downsize, but they're concerned about finding another home to live in. True or not?
Oh, you're exactly right, Michael. You know, last week I was talking to you about the number of ranch-style homes available in the area, and people do want them, but here's what happened. Most of the people that called have the same thing in common. They're worried about selling their homes first and not being able to find the replacement. And I agree. I wouldn't want to do that either. I mean, nobody wants to end up in the shelter for the homeless.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a couple of ways around that to make sure that they don't get locked into a sale until they're able to find a home that they want. And I am betting that other people are worried about that in this market too.
And they can call you at 303-618-2000 and find out for themselves. Thanks,
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Heading out to Highlands Ranch, you may want to stay off westbound C470. Traffic right now is stopped. Problems an accident in that construction, westbound C470 near Lucent Boulevard. That right lane's been blocked. Single-digit speeds there from University. Problems now at I-25 in the tech center. Car stalled north at I-25 past Dry Creek. That's in the right lane. And a medical assist south at I-25 near University. Motorcycle accident. Westbound lanes of 56th Avenue shut down at Oswego. That's between Peoria and Havana. Then the forecast. Tonight, cloudy skies, the low of 56. Tomorrow to be sunny, breezy, high of 88. Right now, 91 degrees. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, N623. Exclusions apply. Staples.
You know, in this wild housing market, instead of buying an existing house, why don't you get a brand new, custom-built home from the Hall Company? And I know that you hear me say the word custom built and you think expensive. That's not necessarily true. Whether you're looking for 1,500 or 15,000 square feet, the Hall Company will help you find your ideal piece of land, design the home with you, and then build it. You get what you want, not what somebody else had. The Hall Company can even help you find the land if you want to build the house yourself. And of course, they can help you secure financing. So instead of getting what somebody else liked, get a home that's just what you want. Check out their work at this website. Go check it out right now. DenverCustomHomebuilder.biz. DenverCustomHomebuilder.biz. Or call or text Dave Hall, the owner. He's ready to answer any questions about custom-built homes. Call or text him at 303-669-0531. Call him right now, 303-669-0531.
It's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Sinking concrete across the Front Range is a big problem. We have the solution. We can fix your sinking concrete and save you big bucks. Call Advanced Mudjacking, 303-424-9441 or advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com.
My number two does not look like a number two. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number three?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
Why does stepping foot into a car dealership have to be so painful?
right? Why do we have to practice saying things like, I'm just looking, or what's your lowest price? Why can't somebody just let us take our time and listen to what we really want? Well, guys, it's Dave Logan, and I'm here to tell you there's a better way. It's been right in our backyard since 1993. Experience one price, one person, 1 hour, and 0 dealer handling fees, just like I did at Colorado's own Shop BMW. Learn more at shopbmw.com today.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The expensive mattress you're considering buying is a waste of money. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of HelixSleep.com, the only place to get a customized mattress starting at just $600. Just go to HelixSleep.com, fill out our 2-minute sleep survey, and we'll design a mattress made just for you with a 100-night sleep trial and financing as low as 0%. And during our Memorial Day sale, go to helixsleep.com/talkradio and you'll get up to $150 towards your mattress order. That's helixsleep.com/talkradio.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Cars, the second biggest investment we make. So let's talk all about them. Coming up on the Troubleshooter Show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
When you feel the world around you spinning out of control, you can find someone around you to bring you out of the cold. But you don't ever have to hide what you really feel inside. So put 'em up too high. We can walk together with our hands up in the sky.
Would you agree, Angie? It's been like, how many times have I come in here and had a day like I've had today?
This week?
No. How many, like, since you and I have been working together, how many times have I come in and had a list that long of stuff that's just gone wrong in one day?
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I can't either. So I'm just going to drink the rest of the show. Cousin Pete, who is one of the associate producers of the Michael Brown Show, I think he's on probation, but I'm not sure. Do you know if is he on probation, Angie?
For like the next 2 days.
Oh, 2 days? Okay, just for the rest of the week?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, all right. Sent me a story today. Now, here's why I like my associate producers. Yeah, you can apply, but the requirements are pretty stringent, so don't get your hopes up. It's not often that when I'm doing show prep, I'm on the English version website of the personal web page of the Ayatollah Khamenei. Yes. He has a website. You can find it at english.khamenei, however you pronounce his name, .ir. .ir stands for Iraq. The headline is this: 7 U.S. human rights cases that the United Nations should investigate. Now, this is the Ayatollah telling the United Nations about human rights abuses in the United States. It's a pretty damn good article. Some I agree with, some I don't. You want to hear the 7? I thought you would. Number 1. One of these issues, he starts out by saying this. What I want to say now is that there are several, I don't speak Farsi, or I do it in Farsi. What I want to say now is that there are several human rights cases against the United States which should be seriously pursued by the UN. These cases are unresolved and unfinished. Some of these cases have never opened up in the first place. Number 1. One of these issues is the burning of a center which belonged to the, here's what's funny. You know how your brain kind of is always, well, not for all of you, but for some of you, your brain is always 1, 2, 4, 5 steps ahead of where you should be. When I read number 1, and it said one of these issues is the burning of a center, my brain immediately started trying to think of what mosque got burned in the United States. Because I assume that's what he's going to be talking about. Oh, no. Was I ever wrong? Number 1, this is the number 1 human rights case that he thinks should be investigated. And I kind of agree. One of these issues is the burning of a center which belonged to the Branch Davidians. It happened during the term of Clinton. Why is this issue not pursued? Some people, some group which is affiliated with the Christian denomination gathered in a building. The government was opposed to this for some reason which might be legitimate or not. We will assume that they had a legitimate reason. Well, what do governments usually do in such cases? They usually arrest and capture them. But the U.S. government did not do this. They set the compound on fire, burning and killing tens of women, men, and children, with an exclamation point. Why is this not pursued? With this history, does the United States have the competence to warn others on human rights issues? The UN should pursue this. This is an important and definite issue and a case which should be pursued. Now, I don't think the UN has any stinking business sticking its nose into our business. But I find it deliciously ironic that the Ayatollah and I agree that the burning of the Branch Davidian Center or compound was never properly investigated. There's really a very good, it's on the Netflix, so I don't know whether it was on where, but there's a really good series about the Branch Davidians that's based on 2 books by one of the survivors and by the hostage negotiating team, the HRT team of the FBI, one of the guys that was the negotiators. These 2 guys wrote books, and so somewhere on Netflix you can find this. And it's a good series. You'd enjoy it. Number 2, I don't agree with, but I'll describe it anyway. I'll just put it this way. The second issue is the Guantanamo prison camp. Well, he writes, he actually says, well, the Guantanamo prison is visible to everyone. Okay, then why are we investigating it? Yeah, that's all we need to know right there. Let's see. Number 3. Another issue is the Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq. The methods of torture, which, you know what's especially funny about this? The Ayatollah is going to lecture us about torture. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. Number 4, another case which the UN, are you ready? I love this one. Another case which the UN should definitely pursue is the freedom. He wants the United Nations to investigate one of our freedoms. You know what it is? Selling guns in the U.S. with which so many crimes are being committed. He's a progressive lefty. He doesn't have his facts straight. You hear and witness that every day in schools, in universities, in markets, and on the street that a teenager, a man or a woman, fires a volley of bullets at some people because of some problem they have. They are extremely angry, or they are mad and have some personal problems. Ayatollah, bite me. Number 5. Another issue is the criminal behavior of the U.S. government and police towards African Americans. Oh, keep that one in the back of your head, because we're going to hear from Jason Riley of the Wall Street Journal about that issue in a minute. Number 6, another issue is the creation of Daesh, or ISIS as we know it. Really? And lastly, but not least, is number 7. Another issue is helping the Saudi government on the massacre of Yemeni people and helping the Bahrain government in crimes they commit against their people. Are we helping Bahrain? I didn't realize that. Then he closes out this way. This exact and thorough cogency and rationality is the thing that has, by Allah's favor, preserved the Islamic Republic with power and strength until today. And thus ends the reading of the Ayatollah's 7 human rights cases that the United Nations should investigate. Ayatollah, I tell you to shove it. shove it up your little whatever.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station. Michael Brown continues after the news on 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Slowdowns on the Highlands Ranch Drive out along westbound C470. There was a problem right around Lucent Boulevard. All lanes have opened up, and you're running real slow there from I-25 on out toward Lucent. A stall in the Tech Center, semi in the right lane, northbound I-25 at Drake Creek. A medical assist stop at I-25 near University. Adding to those delays, heavy from downtown to the Tech Center. And a bad motorcycle accident, 56th Avenue, westbound 56th, shut down at Oswego. That's between Peoria and Havana. Then forecast tonight, cloudy skies, low 56, sunny, breezy tomorrow, high near 88, 79 on Saturday, right now 91 degrees. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, N623, exclusions apply. Staples.
You know, we all know somebody that's hired a contractor, paid them a boatload of money, then they never get the job done. If you want to avoid that and you're wanting to remodel your kitchen or bathroom, you need to call my buddy Brian at Professional Home Design. Brian's fully licensed, fully insured, and unlike the other bathroom and kitchen remodeling companies, Brian and Professional Home Design handles everything. They put in the cabinets, the countertops, the plumbing, the electrical fixtures. The thing is, there's no part of the job that he's not both qualified and certified to do. And once you sign the agreement with Professional Home Design and the work gets scheduled, you meet with their designer at the showroom to select your tile, countertops, vanity cabinets, whatever you need. And then Professional Home Design buys everything at cost, and you get it at cost, no markups. So it's cheaper, quicker, and easier to hire Professional Home Design than it is to do it yourself or to hire somebody else. Here's Brian's cell. I want you to call or text him about your kitchen or bathroom remodeling project. 720-369-8998. That's 720-369-8998.
Attention men. Erectile dysfunction is a serious condition affecting nearly 50% of men over age 50, and no one talks about it. So let's talk about it. If you suffer with ED, you already know it impacts your self-image, your outlook on life, and most important, your relationship. You may have tried pills or even herbal treatments and found out that they're often far less effective than those commercials on TV might have you believe. But here's something you need to know. The Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic has treatments for ED that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. That's right, nearly 90%. And they've successfully treated thousands of men in the Front Range. And these treatments work, even if pills and herbals have failed, and often regardless of medical condition. Which means, if you're like most men, you can have a happy and fulfilling sex life again. Your first office visit is only $99 and includes a medical consultation, a PSA and testosterone test, and a test dose of their physician-directed treatment. If the medicine doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Get treated. Get your sex life back. Call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today at 720-440-7900 or on the web at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Sometimes good people find themselves on the wrong side of the law. The attorneys at Pollard Miller understand how devastating the consequences of a conviction can be. Whether you're dealing with a DUI, drug, or domestic violence charge, you do not want to risk putting your case in the hands of just any Denver criminal defense attorney. Choose Pollard Miller. They are ready to offer aggressive, compassionate defense to help get your life back on track. Call 1-800-808-0012 for a case evaluation.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes? The IRS has special programs in place that can eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. With a call to ATA, you can stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, call ATA to see if you qualify. 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055. 800-805-1055.
At Orkin, we help get rid of pests, always using the latest science.
Thanks for coming back. I saw a couple more ants in the kitchen.
Of course. I'll keep coming back between services until you're 100% happy.
That's gonna be tough. My baseball team just traded away our starting ace. We'll never make the playoffs.
Well, let's start with the ants.
What's that gonna cost me?
Nothing at all. Return visits are covered by the Orkin Satisfaction Guarantee.
Happiness is possible.
Orkin, pest control down to a science.
I know that a lot of you are thinking about selling your home and getting one that you really want, but I also know that you have the same fear that we all have, and that is, if I sell my house, can I actually find another one? Well, Bobby Bolden has been selling homes for more than 40 years, and she says you got to know the tricks and techniques to finding the right house at the right price. Because getting your house sold in this market, well, that's the easy part. But learning how to pick the best offer to make sure that it closes with the least hassle and the top dollar for you, well, that's the trick. Well, Bobby is the one who teaches other realtors how to get top dollar for listings, to negotiate, and how to get the best possible deal for you. So when you list your home with Bobby, she's going to have it professionally staged and have HD photos taken to the house, and she pays for that out of her own pocket. She does that because it allows her to sell your home for 10 to 12% more on average than without it. So if you're thinking about selling your house, before you do anything, I want you to call Bobby. You're going to love her. Call Bobby right now at 303-618-2000. 303-618-2000.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Bus downtown to the graveyard shift tonight. Under the red hot moon, take a bus downtown to the graveyard shift tonight.
Casey's, California's got a reputation that she didn't ask for, and she's waiting for an escape now. Escape is called the 164. Now Casey, she don't want admit where she is from. And Casey, she wants to run. She's a punk rocker, she don't trust no one. On a South Bay bus all day long. Under a red hot moon, take a bus downtown to the graveyard shift tonight. Under a red hot moon, take a bus downtown to the graveyard shift tonight. Casey would never caught up like the rest of the rats in a maze. Check me out, she said, I'm in a
Samantha Bee. You may or may not have heard that Samantha Bee, who is a so-called comedian on TBS, which is a network channel. Her show apparently is on Wednesday evenings, and it's supposed to be a comedy show. I use the term comedy loosely because I think what's happened is that left-leaning comedians have become commentators. They're no longer about the comedy. They're solely about the agenda. So before you hear this bleeped out version of 30 seconds of what she said last night, you need to have a little bit of background. And the background is this. One, Ivanka Trump posted a truly beautiful photograph of herself and her son. I think it's her son. I looked at the photo briefly. It's very professionally done. It's a very loving photo of a mother and her child. I don't know what, maybe it's something she posted on Twitter, don't know. I think it's irrelevant. It's a picture of Ivanka Trump and her child. Then Samantha Bee decides that she's going to chastise her for posting that photograph. And she's going to use the C word. C-U-N, you know what. A word that is as bad as anything that Roseanne Barr did, if not worse. And then she drops the F-bomb. I want you to listen closely because there are a couple of things that you should notice. Listen to the audience's reaction when you hear the bleep.
Ivanka Trump, who works at the White House, chose to post the second most oblivious tweet we've seen this week. You know, Ivanka, that's a beautiful photo of you and your child, but let me just say, one mother to another, Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless c***. He listens to you. Put on something tight and low-cut and tell your father to f***ing stop it. Tell him it was an Obama thing and see how it goes, okay?
Wow. You feckless C word. And then do something about your effing whatever immigration policy. That's supposed to be comedy. It's supposed to be funny. It's anything but. I don't watch the late night comedians. I don't need to, number one. Number two, I couldn't stay up late enough to do it if I wanted to. I get enough of it when I'm doing show prep and other people are able to point out on other websites what was said or not said. We've reached a point where there is, just as journalism is dying or dead, I think we kind of reached the stage where probably comedy's dead. Think about it this way. You may or may not agree with me, but I think you will. If someone were to make a truly funny joke about Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Donald Trump, I don't care, pick out any conservative icon, pick out any Republican, pick out anybody. If somebody makes a truly comedic joke about somebody, I'll laugh. If you say something funny that is meant to be mean, but in the delivery or in the substance of it is nonetheless funny, I might chuckle a little bit. But if you say something that's mean or demeaning and there's no humor in it, I'm not going to laugh. Make a joke about Ted Cruz. Make a joke about Trey Gowdy. Make a joke about Donald Trump or Mike Pence or Paul Wright. I don't care who it is. Make a joke. And if there is, because every comedic bit has to have a small element of truth. And if it has a small element of truth and is funny, we should laugh at it. We should be able to laugh at ourselves. I'm laughing at myself right now because I just chewed somebody else during the break about something and just found out that I was half wrong about what I just chewed somebody else about. I have to go apologize in the next break. When we've reached the level where she whose name, did I say the word Roseanne earlier? You don't remember?
Maybe. I don't know if it was on air, though.
If we're going to have ABC terminate and cancel a ratings bonanza program based on a midnight tweet that's racist, okay, ABC, you've got every right to do that. I think it's a huge business mistake, but you're welcome to make your own mistakes. But then, when did that happen? Was that Monday or Tuesday or sometime? So 72 hours, 96 hours later, someone goes on and does that and refers to the president's daughter, albeit a grown woman, as a C word and drops an F-bomb on network television, and TBS says, she apologized. Now, Samantha Bee did apologize. She regretted it, said it was inappropriate, and she's sorry. I'll leave it to you to determine whether you think it's a genuine apology or it's just something that her agent handed to her and she read it and made it sound genuine. Okay, fine. But I'm kind of sick of it. I'm just sick of the double standard. It's there. It exists. I'll continue to point it out. But at some point, we have to recognize that in the cultural wars that we're having, I'm not convinced that we're losing. Because if you look at the ratings of a show like mine that continue to increase, and then you look at the ratings of the networks that continue to decline, it tells you that we're gravitating toward people that are just speaking the truth that are just telling you here's what's going on, and the so-called comedians, well, they just don't care, and they're not funny.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Busy highways as you make your way out this afternoon. I-25 right now dealing with problems. In the tech center, semi-stalled. North on I-25 at Dry Creek in that right lane. Heavier both directions. Downtown at the tech center, medical assist on South on I-25 at University. Crews on scene. And up north, report of a grass fire. It's on I-25 near Northwest Parkway. Fire crews hanging up that right lane to South on I-25. And a stalled truck on westbound I-70 at Ward Road causing backups there. Bad motorcycle accidents, 56th Avenue in Oswego. Then forecast tonight, cloudy skies, low 56, sunny, breezy tomorrow, high near 88. 79 on Saturday, right now 87 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only and 623 exclusions apply. Staples.
Hey, I told you a few years ago I would not have endorsed a solar company, and the reason for that was because I didn't think that financials for a homeowner made any sense. But that's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic Solar, they simply replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels. So your monthly out-of-pocket is the same, except that now you own your energy instead of renting it. There's no down payment, and after your panels are paid off, you've got free energy for your house for life. You own your solar panels. You don't just rent them forever. This gives you more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And when they put solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. And Zoetic is a Colorado-owned and operated company that's right here in Denver, just a couple of blocks from me. So I want you to call Zoetic Solar right now and just get a free quote. See what it would cost to do this at your home. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Do you owe the IRS? Then don't wait. Call Advanced Tax Solutions today. Located right here in Denver, they've helped clients like you for over 20 years. Be their next success story. Let them help resolve your tax problems. Advanced Tax Solutions.
Now's the perfect time to join the fan club at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. New members can win up to $1,000 in fan play or other great prizes just for signing up. Everyone's a winner and membership is free. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive $5 in free fan play. Stop by Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk and sign up today.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Are you worried about network security, data loss, or costly downtime to your business? You probably should be, which is why you need to speak with my friends at Machine Logic. Denver-based Machine Logic is an award-winning IT firm delivering the industry's leading solutions for cloud backup and data protection. Their expert team will identify vulnerabilities in your IT systems and implement the best technology to protect your business while staying within your budget. Don't let downtime hurt your business. Start protecting your company today by visiting machinelogic.com. That's machinelogic.com.
People trust K&H Home Solutions. Beautiful windows, siding and doors, roofing, gutters and more. Improving homes for over 60 years. With K&H, the difference is clear. K&H Home Solutions.
Don't fall prey to the many bad contractors taking money and doing little or nothing. Go with K&H Home Solutions with a solid 62-year history. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Now get 25% off your entire window purchase, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass in the K&H Beat the Heat Summer Sale. Energy efficiency, beauty, and added value to your home. 303-421-7100 or khwindows.com. For window siding, doors, and more,
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
khwindows.com.
They say that two things are inevitable, death and taxes. Well, I'll add another, increasing electricity prices. Hi, it's Ross Kaminsky, and after a lot of consideration, I had a solar generation system installed on my home last year. And I want you to do the same with Bright Street Energy, the same folks whose solar panels are on my roof. It adds value to your home, and it's great to know that when other people's electricity prices go up, yours don't. Schedule your free solar consultation today at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE street.com.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
You know, if you've been in a car wreck, perhaps the biggest pain is going to be dealing with the insurance company on the other side. Well, I got some free advice for you. When the insurance company says that they accept full responsibility, they are not saying that they agree to pay every aspect of your damages fairly, nor do they have your best interest in mind. Here's what they're really saying. They're saying that they're going to challenge every bill, every medical procedure, and every other damage category that you have. Well, the job of a personal injury attorney is to make sure that the insurance company treats you fairly and compensates you for your losses. Now, if this is something that you're going through, you need to call John Fuller of Fuller Law. Call John Fuller right now. He's not going to charge you a nickel to chat about your case and see what options you have. You'll deal directly with John, and you'll never get assigned to some junior associate. I know lawyers, and I know who to recommend to friends and family, and that's John Fuller of John Fuller Law. Call him today at 303-597-4500 or online, personalinjuryco.com.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
In this world of online shopping, brick and mortar stores have to be great to win. So who's doing it right? We'll talk about it with an expert Friday morning at 7:06, right here on 630 K-How.
How dirty is San Francisco? Pretty damn dirty. NBCBayArea.com. San Francisco spends $30 million cleaning up feces and needles. You know, I don't necessarily like the 16th Street Mall. For those of you listening elsewhere, that's a pedestrian mall in downtown Denver. It's an odd place. But there's a little Mexican place that's off Champa and 16th. Diego's. Yeah, Diego's. Pretty darn good. And the bartenders there will make any kind of margarita that you ask for, any kind of tequila. So we occasionally will go down there, and we either have to park on the other side of the 16th Street Mall or whatever and walk away. But I can just tell you this. Even though I don't necessarily like the 16th Street Mall, I've been on the 16th Street Mall within the past, say, 3 weeks. And granted, I have a very narrow view of it because I just cross at Champa and go downstairs to the restaurant and then go up and back to the parking garage and leave. But in the dozen or so times that I've done that, in the past 6 months or a year, I don't think I've ever seen feces. And I honestly haven't seen any needles. Now, I don't want to give any undue credit to Michael Hancock, the mayor of Denver, but maybe they just do an extraordinary job of keeping it clean. I don't know. But I don't have to worry about, I got to fend off the homeless, and I got to fend off the druggies, and I got to do all that. But I don't see the needles and the feces.
It is one of the most famous cities in the world, but San Francisco may be one of the dirtiest, too. An NBC Bay Area investigation reveals a dangerous concoction of drug needles, garbage, and even feces lining the streets of downtown.
Investigative reporter Begad Shaban explains why parts of the city are now being compared to some of the worst slums, not just in the country, but in the world.
Terry and Jess, parts of the city aren't just disgusting. These diseased streets can be dangerous. Millions of your tax dollars are spent cleaning them. So why does one of the richest cities in the world have neighborhoods that resemble some of the poorest? Tonight, we investigate.
Now, I just want to give you a little heads up, because it's kind of hard to hear, but they talked to a little girl whose mother walks her to school every day. She uses the poop word. No, I mean poop. Yeah, not the S word. She actually uses the poop word.
Taking walks?
With my mom and my dad.
Yeah. Anila Reed is pretty observant for a 3-year-old.
This is like a microphone.
That's what it is. And rambunctious. Which might be why she had no problem telling us her thoughts on San Francisco.
You know, someone pooping there.
You see poop sometimes?
Yeah, when garbage.
I see poop everywhere. Yeah, young lady, I do too.
How does that make you feel?
That makes me angry.
It makes you angry?
Yeah.
Anila and her fellow preschoolers have to regularly dodge some of the worst of what San Francisco has to offer.
I think the
day we met Anila, she and her class walked right by nearly a dozen drug needles. That's the kids singing, by the way.
You gotta start paying attention to the ground, okay?
Okay.
Kim Davenport is Anila's mom and often walks her to school.
It's not safe, it's not healthy. Feces on the ground, needles.
You've actually had to pull her out of the way to keep them
Yes, of course. I just had to do that this morning.
So how dirty is the city? I hit the streets with my producer to find out. Together, we surveyed 153 blocks of downtown San Francisco. We spent 3 days walking up and down every street, inspecting more than 20 miles of the city. We found trash on every block, 303 piles of feces, and 100 needles.
300 piles of feces. Now, what you don't get to enjoy the benefit of is the visuals. The reporter, actually, they walk around with cameras, and they document the 300 piles of feces. In the story, it says, dried feces can lead to airborne viruses. Huh, is that right? All this time, I just thought dried feces was just dried feces. If you do get stuck with these disposed needles, you can get HIV, hepatitis C, hepatitis B, and a variety of other viral diseases. If you happen to inhale it, that would be the dried feces, it can also go into your intestine. The result can be fatal, especially in children. And then they want to know, why aren't we addressing the root cause? A San Francisco supervisor, yeah, that's like a city councilman, says that the report is unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. We're losing tourists, we're losing conventions in San Francisco, and all this is happening because we aren't addressing the root cause, which is temporary beds for homeless. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't homelessness the root cause? And what's the root cause of that? I don't think it's that, oh, you may need more temporary beds. That's called a Band-Aid. But if you think that just getting more beds is addressing the root problem, well, you've just proven to me that you are a liberal.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
Ankmar Garage Doors at ankmar.com. Everything doors since 1956.
Hey, it's Michael Brown from Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. I've known Mike and his family for decades, so when I leased a new car, you bet it was Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. Mike Ward, C470 in Lucent. Go see him, and remember, just drive it.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on 630 KHOW. If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-959-4004 for a free demo.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Decreasing clouds tonight, a low of 55. Sunny and windy tomorrow, a high of 88. Sunny on Saturday, a high of 80. 83 with a slight chance for afternoon showers on Sunday.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, and 623 exclusions apply. Staples.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Real progress. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. That from Secretary of State Mike Pompeo after 2 days of meetings with a high-level member of the North Korean regime as the U.S. works to move forward with next month's planned meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un.
The North Korean government spent decades building a nuclear weapons program to safeguard its regime. Secretary Pompeo says his mission is to convince Kim Jong-un that his nuclear weapons actually present a threat to his security, not protection. Since President Trump agreed to a summit with Kim Jong-un, the rhetoric between the countries has vacillated between threatening and complimentary.
Fox's Rich Edson at the State Department. Kim Yong-chol will travel to Washington tomorrow to deliver a letter from Kim Jong-un to President Trump. French President Emmanuel Macron calling the administration's decision to levy tariffs on the European Union illegal and a mistake. The announcement came from the White House this morning that is imposing tariffs on steel and aluminum imported from Europe, Mexico, and Canada.
Trading allies had been exempted from tariffs on steel and aluminum, but Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross says the administration is now following through.
We look forward to continued negotiations, both with Canada and Mexico on the one hand, and with the European Commission on the other hand.
Ross says tariffs were on hold while trade talks with North American partners in Europe were going on, but says revising NAFTA is taking longer than hoped and not enough progress has been made with Europe.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The reward upped in Tennessee for a suspected cop killer, the money donated by law enforcement groups.
These agencies have donated funds totaling up to $35,000 for information leading to the apprehension, arrest, and conviction of Stephen Wiggins.
Jason Locke with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Every business needs great people, and a better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right job candidates for you. ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KHOW News Time, 5:03.
The Pat Boland Trust is saying no to one of Boland's daughters who wants to become the controlling owner of the team.
Beth Boland Wallace says her father's legacy is important and she wants to lead the team with the same passion that he did, but she hasn't been employed by the team since 2015. The Pat Boland Trust says in a statement that they've considered whether she's capable of succeeding her father as the controlling owner and determined she is not capable or qualified at this time.
That's Jerry Bell reporting. Colorado wildlife officers are keeping tabs on the elk in labor that's become a worldwide internet sensation. She wandered into the range of a TV station's live fixed camera on Lookout Mountain that chronicled the elk's longer than typical labor and had social media buzzing with calls to get a veterinarian to the scene. Wildlife officers decided to break their policy of never interfering with wild animals.
When we did start to see that she was struggling a little bit, we wanted to kind of make sure we were doing right, not only by the elk, but also by the people who, kind of count on us and want to make sure that we're doing the right thing as well.
That's the latest. I'm Karen Trinidad.
This report is brought to you by Pella of Colorado.
Busy ride up and down the highways. The I-25 drive, jamming in the tech center, looking a little better. Stalled semi out of your way. North on I-25 at Dry Creek. All lanes have opened. A busy drive downtown at the tech center. Crews on scene, a medical assist. South on I-25 near University. And up north, 3-car accident. North on I-25 up near 84th Avenue. That's on the shoulder. And a grass fire west side of I-25 near Northwest Parkway. Fire crews on scene there. Coming out of Boulder, looks like a single-car crash, eastbound 36 near Cherryvale. Thunder's forecast tonight, cloudy skies, low 56, sunny, breezy tomorrow with a high near 88. Right now, 87 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
What makes a Pella window a Pella window? Testing the designs from -40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and drenching them in wind-driven rain while offering distinctive looks and detail. Testing beyond standards with style beyond the ordinary. Pella windows and doors. Perfectly beautiful.
Hey, Mikey. It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
If you've ever used the term witch hunt, you may have knowingly fallen victim to Maxine Waters' definition of racism and Maxine Waters' definition of Russian collusion. Yeah, witch hunt. In an interview on MSNBC with Joy Reid, I love it. So think about this. You've got the most corrupt, ethically challenged member of Congress that will, as you will hear in just a second, willing to I thought Chuck Schumer was the bug looking for the bug light, looking for a television camera, a microphone, whenever he could find it. And I thought he was the standard bearer for that kind of attitude. But it's not. It's Annie Maxine. She's on MSNBC in a two-box interview. So you got Joy Reid on the left, and you got Maxine on the left, but on the right side. Joy Reid, it's been disclosed in previous weeks, and now disclosed just this week, that not only did she have a personal blog in which she expressed anti-gay, homophobic attitudes, phrases, words, but she's also a 9/11 truther. So you got that whack job next to Annie Maxine, the whack job, talking about witch hunts. Well, you can never go wrong with just playing Maxine and drawing your own conclusions.
He lied about a spy being embedded in his campaign. There's been no spy embedded in his campaign.
There's been no spy.
He's lying about witch hunt, but you notice he says witch hunt over and over again. He has learned some of the Russia tactics about how you deal with getting people to believe you. You say it over and over again.
So I guess using the phrase witch hunt over and over and over again is a Russian tactic. I think we just found the Russian collusion. Donald Trump repeats things over and over and over. Did I tell you that Donald Trump repeats things over and over and over? Donald Trump repeats things over and over. Donald Trump repeats things over. Donald Trump repeats things over and over and over. And that apparently is a Russian tactic. Well, That's what she said.
He lied about a spy being embedded in his campaign. There's been no spy embedded in his campaign. He's lying about witch hunt, but you notice he says witch hunt over and over again. He has learned some of the Russia tactics about how you deal with getting people to believe you. You say it over and over again. And he has discredited the media by saying it over and over again.
See, this is where I kind of disagree with you. Look, sweetheart, I don't know that I buy that, but I'm open to, being persuaded.
And he has discredited the media.
Trump has discredited the media. Wow. We got a little bit of truth out of Maxine. Except they've discredited themselves. He's just pointed it out.
By saying it over and over again. There's no witch hunt, there's no spy, but he thinks that, this lesson that he's learned, and I think it is from the Russian tactics.
See? You just let her ramble on for a while. It's Russian tactic to repeat something over and over and over again. Do I need to play the incessant chanting of impeach 45, impeach 45, impeach 45? Who's colluding with the Russians now? Maxine? Oh, she's not quite done.
That he's learned this over the years, that if he says it enough, he can get people to believe it.
I love her. I absolutely love her.
And he has discredited the media by saying it over and over again. There's no witch hunt, there's no spy, but he thinks that, this lesson that he's learned, and I think it is from the Russian tactics, that he's learned this over the years, that if he says it enough, he can get people to believe it.
Now, what I find funny about this is repeating something over and over again is apparently a Russian tactic. So we have now discovered there is indeed Russian collusion. Because Trump does tend to, as probably any good salesman does, repeat things over and over and over again. I never knew that wasn't a sales tactic, that was a Russian tactic. And it's kind of funny when you think about it that it might be Maxine who's fallen to as a victim to Russian tactics. Remember last year when the two Russian pranksters called her office pretending to be the Ukrainian prime minister and asking for American support after Russia had hacked the elections in the fictitious country of Limpopo, and installed a Russian puppet government and claimed that the ousted president had considered fleeing to Ukraine? She told those pranksters, the U.S. is going to stand with you guys. We're going to stand with you. I love it. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. It's the insanity of the left. It's the absolute insanity of the left, and there it is. Oklahoma City, taxpayer relief shot while I was gone. An armed citizen, actually two now, I think, in the final reporting, gunned down a shooter at an Oklahoma City restaurant last Thursday, killing him, the Popo said. The Popo said that a man walked into the Louis restaurant and opened fire with a gun. A bystander with a pistol confronted the shooter outside the restaurant and fatally shot him. The shooter's motive is not known, and his identity has not been confirmed. Two people were hospitalized, but they are expected to survive. The Popo detained a large number of witnesses and said there is no indication of terrorism at this point. Why would you think there was? Is there something special about Louis, something different about Louis? Was he trying? He was, okay, whatever. People are being urged to avoid the area. Roads have been shut down. I love these reports. A family reunification center has been established at the Lighthouse Fitness Center on West Hefner Road. Oh, Lord. Never gets old. Taxpayer relief shots never get old. We got one here in Pueblo.
Man is in the hospital tonight recovering after being shot by a Pueblo police officer. Tonight, the East Side neighborhood where it happened remains uneasy. News Channel 13, Scott Harrison is live near the intersection of 10th and Amarillo with more on what happened there. Scott?
Well, Bart, as you said, it's a situation that we've seen play out before. A suspect points a gun at a law enforcement officer, and we know the result. but neighbors are concerned about it happening so close to them. Pueblo's east side often has a reputation for being rough, but for neighbors here, this was something new. Crime scene tape sealing off an area, a concentration of officers and flashing lights, and a drone flying overhead. Alicia Abeda was worried, not so much for her own safety, but her family's.
I think we heard about 7 shots. Yeah, and we have kids, so it's kind of scary when, your kids are out here and then you hear the gunshots, so we had to pull them all inside. And
it wasn't as bad as this shooting in Pueblo in January when dozens of shots were fired. But it takes only one stray bullet to have tragic consequences on an innocent victim.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You got to take the bad guys out. Thugs got to be dealt with.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
Hey, let's go talk to my favorite realtor, Bobby Bolden with RE/MAX Professionals. Bobby, I got a question for you. So I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think there might be a lot of people up and down the Front Range that want to downsize, but they're concerned about finding another home to live in. True or not?
Oh, you're exactly right, Michael. Last week I was talking to you about the number of ranch-style homes available in the area, and people do want them, but here's what happened. Most of the people that called have the same thing in common. They're worried about selling their homes first and not being able to find the replacement. And I agree. I wouldn't want to do that either. I mean, nobody wants to end up in the shelter for the homeless.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a couple of ways around that to make sure that they don't get locked into a sale until they're able to find a home that they want. And I am betting that other people are worried about that in this market too.
And they can call you at 303-618-2000 and find out for themselves. Thanks, Bobby.
This report is brought to you by Denver Trial Lawyers.
Try to drive up and down the highway, starting with the I-25 drive downtown to the Tech Center, busy in both directions. There's a medical assist. It's on the ramp from University to South on I-25. Those are adding to those delays. Had a stall in the Tech Center, north on I-25, right around Dry Creek. All lanes have opened up there. An accident up north on north on I-25 near 84th Avenue. That's on the shoulder. Coming out of Boulder, delays with a single car accident eastbound 36 near Cherryvale. And an accident on westbound I-70 near Ward Road. Denver's forecast, cloudy skies overnight, low of 56. Sunny, breezy tomorrow with a high near 88. 79 on Saturday. Could have a little rain on Sunday. Right now, 87 degrees. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
If you or a loved one has had surgery in the past 2 years at Porter Hospital or received a letter regarding a potential life-threatening infection, contact Denver Trial Lawyers today. Visit denvertriallawyers.com and please be sure to get tested.
Hey, we live here in Colorado, so we know it's springtime and hail and severe storm season is right here. And that's why I'm thrilled to be working with Spike McCarthy again and Golden Spike Roofing. Golden Spike's a local company, and they're dedicated to providing a better quality roof for the money than anybody else in town. And Spike, a great guy as the owner, is so committed to quality and making sure that your new roof is done right. He's not going to be happy until you're happy. And we all know living here that hail's not the only thing that can damage your roof. The high winds that we've had can also cause problems. So here's the bottom line. If you think you have damage, or if you don't know but wonder if you have damage, call Golden Spike for a thorough and free inspection. Maybe you've got an insurance claim that you haven't finished yet. Call Golden Spike first. Let them assist you through the process from claim to completion. Don't take a chance on an out-of-state fly-by-night roofer. For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing. 303-942-1386. That's 303-942-1386.
Denver homeowners, there's never been a better time to permanently fix your pipe leaks, low water pressure, or rusty water by repiping your home today. Repipe Specialist has been serving Denver for many years, collectively repiping over 35,000 homes. We built a reputation on offering the most efficient repipe process for customer convenience, repiping an entire home in just 1 to 2 days, patching your walls and providing a lifetime guarantee. Repipe Specialists only uses the best repiping materials with high-quality PEX or USA Grade L copper pipes. For a limited time, take advantage of our most affordable offer. For a limited time, get 20% off and 0% interest for an entire year on approved credit. That's right, a quality repipe, wall patching, a lifetime guarantee, 20% off and 0% interest. Repipe Specialist provides a free in-home estimate explaining the process tailored for your home. So call Repipe Specialist today for your free in-home estimate at 888-503-1742. That's 888-503-1742. 888-503-1742.
It's that time of year at the Georgetown Loop Railroad. What a great way to celebrate spring. Come enjoy the beautiful views of the last snows of winter and the first flowers of spring. GeorgetownLoopRR.com.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived. The best value in heating and air. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
There's a reason Craftsman tools have been around for over 9 decades. It's because their solid reputation is built on trust. They've been trusted to be in the hands of the home improvement weekend warrior and the pro who knows these tools will be there day in, day out. After all these years, Craftsman tools have been in garages and toolboxes all across the country. They're finally coming home to Lowe's. Welcome Craftsman fixers and doers. For your go-to tool brand, start with Lowe's.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Cars, the second biggest investment we make. So let's talk all about them. Coming up on the Troubleshooter Show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible. Bet you didn't think, so I command you to. Panoramic view. Look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose.
I've just been accused of by a friend. Well, I thought it was a friend. Chris writes, quit picking on my Auntie Maxine. I didn't know that Chris and Maxine were related. I'm not done. Maxine also has been on a tirade. Now remember, she's accused Trump of using the term witch hunt over and over and repeating the term witch hunt, and that apparently is a Russian tactic. I don't know. I'm just saying that we've now discovered, you can mark it down in the history books, that it was revealed on the Michael Brown show that Maxine Waters discovered the Russian collusion. She said it, not me. What did she say?
He lied about a spy being embedded in his campaign. There's been no spy embedded in his campaign. He's lying about witch hunt, but you notice he says witch hunt over and over again. He has learned some of the Russia tactics about how you deal with getting people to believe you. You say it over and over again. And he has discredited the media by saying it over and over again. There's no witch hunt. There's no spy. But he thinks that, this lesson that he's learned, and I think it is from the Russian tactics that he's learned this over the years, that if he says it enough, he can get people to believe it.
Do you think Trump went to a seminar? Like, do you think that the Russians had a seminar for, people, if you want to learn our tactics? Now, I don't know what the objective of the Russian tactics are, but I guess just to repeat something over and over. And so if you repeat the term, because she never tells you that there's anything wrong with the term witch hunt, just that he repeats it over and over, and I guess repeating it over and over, well, I don't guess, she tells us that that is a Russian tactic. All right. So what else do you have to say today, Maxine?
But the discussion must take place. We must not allow the president of the United States of America, who has this relationship with a country who hates us and who's undermined us and who has undermined our democracy, to not be talked about, to not be discussed, to not be talked about the reticence of our members to deal with it. I just will continue to talk about it. I think.
Wait a minute. You will continue to talk about it. Could I interpret that by saying you're going to continue to say these things over and over and over? Did you go to the same seminar? I can just picture it. Moscow, St. Petersburg, or as the old farts call it, Leningrad. And so they put out brochures. You probably got an email that, hey, coming up next month, the Ruskies are putting on a seminar. Your attendance is encouraged. You will learn the following 5 things. Repeat, 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 repeat. And then whatever the objective is, by repeating, you apparently do that. And then you will learn key phrases. It's like going to one of those seminars, how to win friends and influence people. You just repeat things over and over and over. You keep saying witch hunt. Now, I don't know what the problem is with the term witch hunt. And I guess I don't think she said that there was a problem with the term witch hunt, just that he used it over and over and over. And now she's just said that she's going to continue, which I interpret as saying she's going to say it over and over and over. Trump needs to be impeached.
It is dangerous. I think that we should stand up for our country. This president has no respect for the Constitution.
Oh. Coming from a diehard progressive Marxist that wants to take away your guns and limit your free speech and probably violating the 4th, 5th, 10th, whatever other amendments.
He's in bed with Putin.
He's in bed with Putin. Now, look, sweetheart, you got pictures of Trump and Putin in bed together? Tell you what, the National Enquirer, what's that guy's name that owns the National Enquirer? Mr. Peckerhead? I think that's his real name. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. He'd probably give you, I don't know, a couple $1 million for that.
And the oligarchs of Russia and the Kremlin, and it's come out already. So let the special counsel keep doing what he's doing in order to connect the dots for those people who say we need the positive proof. And I think we're going to get to the point where people are either going to have to stand up and resist this president and talk about he's dangerous for our democracy, or they're going to go down with him.
Now, do you think I'm going to let it slip that she said that Trump is dangerous for our democracy? Speaking of a threat to the Constitution, I think we just heard from the threat to the Constitution, and that would be the liberals that keep repeating, dare I say, over and over and over, that we're a democracy. Democracies are mob rule. Democracies never survive. We are not a freaking democracy. You would think, I don't know, maybe I just, maybe I live out in, fantasy land. But I would think that a member of the United States Congress that takes an oath of office to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America would know that we are not a democracy. But I repeat myself over and over and over, because I went to that same seminar. And I figured out that if I just play Maxine over and over and over, pretty soon you'll figure out that she's just as bat crap crazy as the next person. Well, she is, and I don't care what you think. Harvey, Louisiana, we got a taxpayer relief shot.
Deputies are investigating the homicide of a 66-year-old man. It happened this morning in the 400 block of Maple Avenue in Harvey. Deputies say the man entered an acquaintance's home without permission at about 6 a.m. and pulled a gun on the homeowner.
I don't know. I'm thinking, now, with the new pup and all, I'm probably up before 6 a.m. But you come into my home with a gun. I know I repeat myself, but you're probably going to get a taxpayer relief shot.
A struggle followed, and deputies say the homeowner fatally shot the intruder. So far, no arrests have been made.
And I doubt there will be arrests made. Fatally shot the intruder. There's the key phrase. Let me repeat that over and over and over. Fatally shot the intruder. All you thugs listening that want to perform home invasions, learn this phrase too. Dead right there.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station. Michael Brown continues after the news on 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network on Wall Street, the major averages closing lower as investors digested the latest trade developments. The Dow's losses accelerating after the Trump administration said it will remove steel and aluminum tariff exemptions from the European Union and other U.S. allies. American steel makers mostly rose, while industrial companies like Boeing and Caterpillar fell as they faced the prospect of paying more for metals. With the Dow closing down 252 points, the Nasdaq down 20, and the S&P 500 down 19. And new applications for unemployment benefits fell more than expected last week. The number of jobless claims declined by 13,000 to 221,000, according to the Labor Department. On Friday, the Labor Department releases its employment figures for May. Economists surveyed by the Wall Street Journal expected to show employment rate will hold steady at 3.9%, the lowest level since December of 2000. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Think about the time and money your business spends to attract the best talent. What if it was your office that attracted employees? Today's workforce wants an office that's as mobile and active as they are. Veridesk Standing Desk Solutions help you create an active workspace where employees are happier, healthier, and more productive. Veridesk products require little to no assembly, ship for free, and come with a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Browse all Veridesk products at veridesk.com/radio. That's VARIdesk.com/radio.
This report is brought to you by your local Ford store.
Coming out of Boulder, a brand new accident, single car crash on eastbound 36 near Cherryvale, jammed up to Baseline. Expect more delays right around Wadsworth, heading over to the I-25 interchange. Jam offs on I-25 downtown at the Tech Center. Stop and go. Both sides of the highway busy. It was a medical assist southbound at University that is gone. There's a report of a car fire westbound I-70 at Pecos. Fire crews on scene, blocking up that right lane. And an accident cleared off to the shoulder westbound C-470 near Lucin Boulevard. Central forecast tonight, cloudy skies, low 56, sunny, breezy tomorrow with a high near 88, 79 Saturday. Right now, 87 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
The Memorial Day sales event is on now at your local Ford stores. Now get a great deal on one of Ford's best sellers. Plus, military and first responders, be sure to ask about additional appreciation cash on top of amazing Memorial Day offers. But hurry, it all ends May 31st.
Hey, people ask me, what happened to Bill O'Reilly? Well, Bill O'Reilly is on Newsmax TV every week. In fact, this coming weekend, you can watch his show. It's called No Spin News, and it airs on Newsmax TV. You can get Bill's no-spin take on President Trump and the media war against him. So I want you to check out Bill O'Reilly's No Spin News and Newsmax TV. It's America's new conservative cable news channel. It's so great, I even watch it. And I'm on it sometimes, too. Tune in to Newsmax TV anytime and find some of the top newsmakers you're not going to find on the other networks. And see Bill O'Reilly's No Spin News Saturday, 7 Eastern, or Sunday, 6 Eastern. That's on Newsmax TV. You can find it on DirecTV Channel 349, Dish 216, UVerse 1220, and File 615. That's DirecTV 349 or Dish 216. Now, if you don't get Newsmax TV, call your cable system. Tell them you want Newsmax TV. Newsmax TV, it's real news for real people.
I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me basically everywhere I stay. So why am I currently skipping stones with 4 locals and 1 grizzly bear outside this Riverside Lodge in Portland? Because Hotels.com lets me do me. And because, honestly, the bear just kind of joined in, and now we're afraid that if we stop, he'll get angry. He can smell our fear. Hotels.com. You do you and get rewarded.
Please give it up for the termite. So I was shedding my exoskeleton the other day. Realized the blinds were open. That's embarrassing. Anyone here tonight from the Calotermidae species? No? No? That's too bad. Because all of my next jokes are drywood related.
Termites aren't funny. $5 billion of damage each year is nothing to laugh at. Visit Orkin.com to schedule an inspection and get 15% off.
If you're looking for a new IT provider to support your business, then you need to speak with my friends at Machine Logic. Hi, it's Ross Kaminsky, and Denver-based Machine Logic is an award-winning IT firm providing excellent technical support and guidance on all the latest technologies for business. From Office 365 and network security to cloud computing and data backup, Machine Logic's comprehensive approach to IT will help your business thrive. Visit MachineLogic.com today and learn why they're the IT partner your company needs. That's MachineLogic.com.
You know, in this wild housing market, instead of buying an existing house, why don't you get a brand new, custom-built home from the Hall Company? And I know that you hear me say the word custom-built and you think expensive. That's not necessarily true. Whether you're looking for 1,500 or 15,000 square feet, the Hall Company will help you find your ideal piece of land, design the home with you, and then build it. You get what you want, not what somebody else had. The Hall Company can even help you find the land if you want to build the house yourself, and of course, they can help you secure financing. So instead of getting what somebody else liked, get a home that's just what you want. Check out their work at this website. Go check it out right now. DenverCustomHomebuilder.biz. DenverCustomHomebuilder.biz. Or call or text Dave Hall, the owner. He's ready to answer any questions about custom-built homes. Call or text him at 303-669-0531. Call him right now, 303-669-0531.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Spent $48 last night at the county fair. I throwed out my shoulder, but I want her that teddy bear. She's got me saying sugar pie, honey, darling, and dear. I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year. I'm gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is about that little gal's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it.
Sometimes this stuff is just too easy. CNN senior White House correspondent Jim Acosta has been slammed repeatedly for hypocrisy because he is really upset that Big Butt herself went to the White House. Kim Kardashian. Here's how he reported on the visit.
He just can't help himself, Brooke, and that was in direct, that was in direct contrast to what Sarah Sanders told reporters yesterday that the president had other things to do, and yet here he comes out today and starts tweeting about and Barr. It just gets to the lack of seriousness. Forget about the fact that Kim Kardashian is here at the White House today, and what planet that is anything resembling normal, because it's not. She shouldn't be here talking about prison reform. It's very nice that she is here.
Let's back that up. This is some of the most passive-aggressive reporting I've heard in a while. Listen closely.
And what planet that is anything resembling normal, because it's not. She shouldn't be here talking about prison reform. It's very nice that she is here.
She shouldn't be here talking about prison reform. But it's nice that she is here. Which is it? Well, I'm going to repeat this over and over and over because I've learned from Maxine.
And what planet that is anything resembling normal, because it's not.
It's not normal. Okay. What, celebrities don't go to the White House? You know, I should have done a Google search, except it led me to all the Nazis. If you don't get that reference, listen to the tape. Listen to the podcast. I should have done a Google search of all of the celebrities, the Hollywood elite that visited the White House when Barack Hussein Obama was president. And if I recall correctly, Obama held parties in the White House for celebrities. So Jim Acosta, you can just shove it, bucko, because I think you're full of it.
And what planet that is anything resembling normal, because it's not. She shouldn't be here talking about prison reform. It's very nice that she is here, but that's not a serious thing to have happened here at the White House.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted for a lot of reasons today, but I'm particularly flabbergasted about this.
Here talking about prison reform, it's very nice that she is here, but that's not a serious thing to have happened here at the White House. But really, that pales in comparison, that level of seriousness pales in comparison to what the president does when he weighs in on the Roseanne Barr tweet, fails to condemn the racism at the heart of her remarks, and then having the White House press secretary coming out here and shaming the media and blaming us. For making all sorts of comments that
she may have shamed you, but she didn't blame you. We played that clip yesterday. Sarah Huckabee Sanders very eloquently pointed out all of the double standards that were ignored by the media. You just don't like the truth. You can't handle the truth. But I'm not done with you, Acosta.
Need apologies when they themselves owe the American people plenty of apologies for the things that the president has said over the years. And of course, we know past being prologue with this president, those apologies will likely not be forthcoming.
Okay. Now remember, past is prologue. He threw that phrase in. Past is prologue. And you know what? Acosta is correct. There's a double standard. Past is prologue. You know who the singer John Legend is, right? Let's go back in time to 2015.
Thanks for being on State of the Union.
Thank you for having me.
Just in the last week or so, what's flared up in Baltimore has heightened awareness once again of this issue of police brutality.
Yes.
In Baltimore, alleged police brutality. Do you think there's an epidemic of police brutality happening in this country right now?
Well, I think for too long, the criminal justice system, implemented by the police, but not solely run by the police, has treated black people as though our lives are not as valuable, as though we're enemies in our communities rather than community members. And we need our police to look at us as community members that they care about and want to keep safe and healthy, and treat us with the same fairness they would treat any other person. And far too often, that hasn't been the case. And that's why you see so many people walking around with signs, Black Lives Matter. And the reason we have to be specific and say Black Lives Matter is because so many forces in American life are telling us that our lives don't matter, that our lives are expendable, that when we are killed, when we're unarmed, that we can't get justice for that. When we are the perpetrators of crime, even though it's the same crime as someone else, we get longer sentences or we get treated worse by the criminal justice system.
Oh, wait a minute. So he interviews John Legend about the very thing that Kim Kardashian went to the White House to talk to Trump about, among other things. Hypocritical much? So let me understand, Acosta. If your argument is that John Legend, a singer-songwriter, is some great intellect and that Kim Kardashian is just some airheaded reality star, you're missing the point. Look at what they have in common. They're both A-list celebrities. They both have huge followings, and they both have sincere beliefs that involve politics. And in this particular case, especially in this case, they're using their celebrity status to talk about criminal justice or prison reform. So it's okay for you, bucko, to go talk to John Legend, but it's not okay for the President of the United States to entertain a meeting with Kim Kardashian? It doesn't take rocket science to understand that the media has just absolutely lost it. These people are despicable. I understand they hate Donald Trump. I understand that they lost an election they thought they had in the bag. And by they, I mean the cabal of Democrats, liberals, and the media. I get that. But what I'm just frankly tired of is the so blatant double standard, the such lack of self-awareness, the cognitive dissonance that you don't get that, you know what? We're not all out here in flyover country a bunch of dumbasses. We actually know what you're doing. It's quite obvious. Very obvious.
This report is brought to you by Pella of Colorado.
Slowdowns on the Highlands Ranch Drive along westbound C470. There was an accident near Lucent Boulevard that was sitting in the left lane, now in the shoulder. C470 jammed up from Yosemite on out to Lucent. Heavy traffic on I-25. Stop and go north on I-25 through the Tech Center. Jammed up downtown, both directions under the bridges. There was a medical assist southbound at University that is gone. Report of a car fire westbound I-70 approaching Pecos. Fire crews in that right lane. And an accident westbound 70 at Ward Road. Then with forecast, cloudy skies overnight, low 56. Sunny, breezy tomorrow with a high near 88. 79 Saturday. Right now, 90 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
What makes a Pella window a Pella window? Testing the designs from -40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and drenching them in wind-driven rain while offering distinctive looks and detail. Testing beyond standards with style beyond the ordinary. Pella windows and doors. Perfectly beautiful.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here for Zoetic NRG. I've told you that, a couple of years ago I would never have endorsed a solar company, but I am now because Zoetic NRG has changed the business model. They have introduced a plan that includes a no money down option, and they now convert what was once a liability into an asset. And like you probably, like me, you probably have preconceived notions about solar energy. And Zoetic has dispelled those for me. Today's solar panels and today's solar business is not what it used to be, and that's why I endorse Zoetic. Some of you have bought these solar systems and have written me to tell me how pleased you are with them. And when Zoetic puts solar panels on your roof, they are also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to call Zoetic NRG today. Tell them Michael Brown sent you. Here's the number, 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447. Call right now and get your free quote.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head, and just over $30,000. That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. Optima Tax Relief. They're the best in the business.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief. Why does stepping foot into a car dealership have to be so painful, right? Why do we have to practice saying things like, I'm just looking, or what's your lowest price? Why can't somebody just let us take our time and listen to what we really want? Well, guys, it's Dave Logan, and I'm here to tell you there's a better way. It's been right in our backyard since 1993. Experience one price, one person, 1 hour, and 0 dealer handling fees, just like I did at Colorado's own Shop BMW. Learn more at shopbmw.com today.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived. The best value in heating and air. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
Hey, roll back to a time when railroads dominated the Rocky Mountain landscape. The Wiley Bunch, led by Butch Cassidy and the Sunrise Kid, will be joining us for Railroad Days at the Loop, and we expect they're going to be up to trouble. We're going to have a few engines on display at the Silver Plume Train Yard, a model train display in the Car Museum, and some living exhibits so you can actually experience life in the Old West. It's June 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th, and I want you to call now for reservations. Call the Georgetown Loop Railroad at 888-456-6777. That's 888-456-6777, or you can go to the website, georgetownlooprr.com, georgetownlooprr.com. And on a date that we'll announce in the future, you'll actually be able to ride with me, Michael Brown, on the 145 and the 310 trains when I'll be hosting those trains. So call now for reservations, 888-456-6777 or georgetownlooprr.com.
Got my grocery list. Bread, check. Cheese, check. Chicken. Wait, I don't see any chicken with the Redbird label. Oh, here it is.
Redbird is the only chicken I eat. For more info, go to redbirdfarms.com or visit King Soopers, Safeway, or City Market.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
The Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center, the largest gathering of conservatives outside of Washington, D.C., right here out west. Diamond and Silk will be there, along with the House Freedom Caucus, Candace Owens, Ed Meese, Kirk Cameron, all of Colorado's Republican gubernatorial candidates, and more. 2 full days of stellar speakers, workshops, exhibitor trade show, and more. We'll cover issues like the threat of radical Islam, the sanctity of life, supporting the Second Amendment, school choice, restricting illegal immigration, energy independence, and so much more. Get your tickets at westernconservativesummit.com. That's westernconservativesummit.com, or by calling 877-798-5366. We hope to see you at the Western Conservative Summit, June 8th and 9th at the Colorado Convention Center.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
In this world of online shopping, brick and mortar stores have to be great to win. So who's doing it right? We'll talk about it with an expert Friday morning at 7:06, right here on 630 K-How.
I've cussed on a Sunday, I've cheated and I've lied, I've fallen down from grace a few too many times, but I find holy redemption when I put this car in drive, roll the windows down and turn up the dial. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through ya when I play the highway FM. I find my soul revival, singing every single verse. Yeah, I guess that's my job.
Martha McCallum over at Fox News interviewed the 30-year-old that was kicked out of his parents' home, evicted by a court order. Hilarity ensues.
Well, there's a time period where the attorney of my parents is going to send a proposed order, and then I can appeal. I can also appeal the decision.
I can appeal the decision. You know, get your lard ass out of the house. You're 30 freaking years old. And I don't care about this whole custody battle with your son. You know what? The fact that you're 30 years old, living in your parents' house, you have no visible means of support, means that if I'm the judge in family court ruling on custody, you ain't getting custody. Get your act together. I'd actually like to say something else. Get your S word together.
But there's a lot of different things that, there's a lot of possibilities, but what it boils down to is that I don't want to be there. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to get out for years, and it's not for this particular circumstance with the court case regarding it. It's not so much that not that I won't leave. It's not that I don't want to leave. It's that I just need enough time. I don't need very much.
You keep saying that, but you've had 8 years, and they've asked you 5 different times. You recognize, right, that this isn't your house. This is their house. Do you acknowledge that?
Well, when did I say that before? When you said I say that before, when did I say that before?
Well, I saw you speak earlier today, and I read articles about your case, and it says that you've been there for 8 years and that you've been asked at different times to leave. So that's why I'm saying that you've said in the past that you didn't have enough time to get out.
I don't. I think that the argument that I've been making about not having enough time has only been speaking to
oh crap, I'm caught in a corner.
Well, let me sum it up like this. The February 2nd notice is the first notice I received, or the first I had heard of the decision by my parents that they wanted me to leave.
Right, that was several months ago.
It's right, but it's all one thing.
It was several months ago. Yeah, but it's all one thing. Don't you understand? I'm on Michael Brown time. It's all the same thing.
Okay, so what's your plan now?
Well, I expect to be out in about 3 months or so. I'm going to try and...
I got to get my crap together. I'll be out in 90 days, 120 days. I don't know, maybe next year. You know, who's in a hurry?
Make it so that the court supports that's reasonable.
Right.
And
do you understand why your mom and dad want you to go? Maybe they think it's the best thing for you to move on with your life, you know?
I think it's more of...
He's 30 years old.
Like, I think it's more affiliated with the matters regarding my son than it is the fact that all of a sudden, after 8 years, the 2 days after their visitation proceeding is heard, that it's time for me to go right after that. I think that.
But nonetheless, they have the right to ask you to leave. It's their home, and they own it, and you live there. So we're gonna have to leave it there, Michael. I'm sorry, we had a little problem with the Skype, and I thank you for being.
I wonder what the problem with Skype was. We leave you this evening with the 5 dumbest things that lawmakers have said about guns.
Lawmakers who don't like the Second Amendment can say some really uninformed things about guns. Now, over the years, there has been a ton of comments, but for today's purposes, we're going to focus on the top 5 dumb comments made by lawmakers that are currently sitting in office. Number 5, Representative Carolyn Maloney, who wants to ban something that really doesn't exist under the name that she gives it.
We need to pass an assault weapons ban. We need to ban the massacre of machine gun magazines.
Yeah, those massacre machine gun magazines for all those machine guns that have been effectively banned in the United States since 1986. Next, number 4, Representative Diana DeGette. She also wants to ban magazines, but she offers this unique perspective.
And I have good reason to believe that we can pass
a number of key provisions of legislation through the House banning these magazine clips. I will tell you, these are ammunition. They're bullets. So the people who have those now, they're going to shoot them. And so if you ban them in the future, the number of these high-capacity magazines is going to decrease dramatically over time because the bullets will have been shot and there won't be any more available.
Holy cow. Did you know that? Once you shoot all the bullets, the ammo out of your mag pool, it just magically disappears. Fascinating.
That's pretty much all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.
Are you afraid of shots at the dentist? If so, visit noneedles.com. That's noneedles.com.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Decreasing clouds tonight, a low of 55. Sunny and windy tomorrow, a high of 88. Sunny on Saturday, a high of 80. 83 with a slight chance for afternoon showers on Sunday.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
This is Denver's talk station. Michael Brown continues after the news on 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. KHOW, Denver.
Optimism for the summit. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. High-level meetings between the nation's top diplomat and a top North Korean official wrap up with hope. Next month's summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un will take place.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met the past 2 days in New York with North Korea's Central Committee Vice Chairman Kim Yong-chol, who will travel to Washington to deliver a letter to President Trump from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un tomorrow.
Our two countries face a pivotal moment in our relationship in which it could be nothing short of tragic to let this opportunity go to waste.
Pompeo did not say if a planned summit for June 12th with President Trump and Kim was back on, but says we are moving in the right direction, and there's been real progress since President Trump canceled last week.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The wife of former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich speaking out after President Trump said he's considering commuting his sentence. Patty Blagojevich was on Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum.
We know that President Trump is a kind man and he's compassionate. He's always been kind to my family. He knows how important it is that my husband gets home to be a father to our daughters, that we can't help, to be hopeful.
Blagojevich is serving a 14-year sentence for corruption. The president also considering pardoning Martha Stewart. Earlier today, he pardoned conservative author and filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza, who had pled guilty for making illegal campaign contributions. The Oregon National Guard handing out free water to people in the Salem area after algae in a reservoir made tap water unsafe to drink. They're bringing in big water trucks called hippos.
Each one of those carries approximately 2,000 gallons of water. There will be 5 separate distribution sites.
Major Stephen Bomar, state officials not saying when the water will be safe to drink. They're also investigating claims of price gouging on bottled water. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right job candidates for you. ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply to your job. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. Goodbye Post and Pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
People from businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. We're so confident ZipRecruiter will get you better results than anywhere else. We'll let you try it free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KHOW News Time, 6:03.
When it comes to women's health care, Governor Hickenlooper says President Trump has got it all wrong.
Governor Hickenlooper joined 13 other governors asking the president to reconsider changing Title X. That's the decades-old plan regarding funding for reproductive health care providers like Planned Parenthood. President Trump wants to eliminate federal money to providers that perform abortions. The letter called Trump's plan a, quote, domestic gag rule that poses serious risk to women's health.
That's Tom Mustin reporting. Colorado's drought is hitting ranchers hard. State Agricultural Commissioner Don Brown says ranchers are selling off cattle because there's not enough water for their herds.
Without rain or snow, you have nothing, and consequently, there's no place to take your cattle. The winter wheats and those crops, they have to have moisture to respond, and we're just not seeing it in the south half of the state.
Brown says it could take some ranchers up to 5 years to get their herds back to full size. That's the latest. I'm Karen Trinidad.
This report is brought to you in support of Warrior Games, June 1st through 9th.
Traffic up north. Delays on southbound I-25. Right now, traffic is stopped. Problems a stall. Southbound I-25 approaching 144th Avenue over in that right lane. Police headed that way. Traffic struggling from E470 Northwest Parkway on down. Also, westbound C470 jammed up, stop and go from Yosemite on out to Lucent Boulevard. At least a 20-minute drive for you. Crash at Lucent, that's been cleared to the shoulder. And crews on scene with a car fire. Westbound 70 out near Pecos, hanging up that right lane. Then with forecast, cloudy skies overnight, low 56. Sunny, breezy tomorrow with a high near 88. Right now, 90 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Warrior Games. See our nation's heroes compete in 11 Paralympic-style sports June 1st through the 9th at the Air Force Academy. Free and open to the public. Get your schedule at DODWarriorGames.com. Witness it.
Hey, it's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Is this thing on? Are we back? Are we back, Angie? Somebody said the FCC called that we were no longer on the air.
Oh, still going out.
Still going out. All right. Well, let's get moving then. Yesterday, what do you do after that? What there's nothing. There's no good way to segue from a sex app to Benjamin Netanyahu.
No.
To go from consensual sex to the Iranian nuclear deal. Speaking of nuclear, what we really need is more nuclear energy in this country. Yeah, that's what we really need. The remarks yesterday by the Prime Minister, Netanyahu, regarding the failure of the Iran deal, included all these documents procured by Mossad from physical locations within Iran. That's nothing short of absolutely incredible. I don't care one iota whether these documents are documents that give us some new information, a lot of new information, or even no new information. I don't care. The fact that Mossad was able to get into Iran's nuclear facilities and get these documents is a story in and of itself. Israeli intelligence operatives obtained Iran's secret nuclear files And now they're disclosing those to the world. And like Netanyahu said, Iran lied big time. Quote, this atomic archive clearly shows that Iran planned at the highest levels to continue work related to nuclear weapons under different guises and using the same personnel. Netanyahu said that Iran hid its files in Tehran and that Israel has obtained 55,000 pages outlining the program, along with 55,000 files on 183 CDs. He said the documents chronicled Iran's pursuit of the ability to create a nuclear warhead that could be placed on a ballistic missile. The Iran deal, as we all know, is just based on lies. It's based on Iranian lies. It's based on Iranian deception. And quite honestly, it's based on American lies and American deception. Barack Obama, Ben Rhodes, all of these yahoos have absolutely lied to the American public and to the world about what the Iranian nuclear deal really means. I don't see, following the revelations that came out yesterday, how it's possible to see where President Trump maintains this deal. Supposedly, when you remember, Obama claimed this was his legacy. I don't see how it stays intact. I don't see how the Iran deal. I guess I'm stumbling through this because geopolitical international relations are not exactly a hot talk show topic, especially after you've been talking about consensual sex acts and how young people apparently need to have an app that tells you exactly what you want to do before you do it, and then you get barcodes saying you can now go do it. So we've gone from that to something that could cause World War III. We have so many proxy wars going on in the Middle East that it's hard to keep track of who's on which side, who's bombing who. And then in the middle of all of this, Netanyahu and Mossad come up with all of these documents showing, in essence, just this. Here's what you need to know, I think. Iran may have slowed down or even stopped its development of nuclear weapons in order to get the 747s and the C-130s and whatever else that we took of pallets of cash over to them. They may have done whatever it took to convince inspectors, to convince ambassadors or anybody else that, hey, yeah, we're backing off. We're not going to do this. And they were lying about that. Even if they weren't lying, the Iran deal that says 7 years after the Iran deal, I keep calling it a deal because it is not a treaty. There's never been consent by the United States Senate. So it is not a treaty. So 7 years after this so-called deal takes effect, Iran is able to resume its development of nuclear weapons. But what we now know is they never really stopped. So Trump has no choice, in my opinion, but to withdraw from it, say to Macron, say to Merkel, say to the rest of the world, this is a bad deal, and I'm going to toss it out. Now, if you want to sit down and you want to start all over again, I'm happy to do that. The Prime Minister was on CNN today with Chris Cuomo. It didn't go too well for Mr. Cuomo.
The idea of disclosure. Iran won't tell the truth. We had to go in there, is Israel's position, and steal this information so we can know the truth. Disclosure as an issue should work every way. The United States should say what it has. You know where I'm going with this. A yes-no question for you. Does Israel have nuclear capabilities and nuclear weapons? Yes or no?
We've always said that we won't be the first to introduce it, so we haven't introduced it.
But that's not an answer to the question. Do you have them or do you not?
Of any country. It's as good an answer as you're going to get. But I'll tell you one thing, Chris, and I think it's important. You know, Iran signed NPT. Iran signed all sorts of commitments. Iran said that they don't have this nuclear weapons program. And Iran calls daily for the annihilation of my country.
Absolutely.
We don't do that.
We understand that there is an existential threat from Iran and others. We understand that Iran is known for lying on this issue. That's one of the big motivating factors for the deal in 2015, as it was explained to us. But what I'm saying is, if disclosure matters so much, what message does it send when you won't confirm something that is widely believed by the entire international community?
Before we hear what the Prime Minister says, here's what's wrong with the question. You're conflating disclosure of two different kinds of things. Israel is not going to disclose to enemies that have said to it, we want to annihilate you, we want to wipe you off the face of the earth. So a good negotiator facing that is never going to disclose what weaponry you have that you might be able to stop them from wiping you from the face of the earth. There is no reason for Israel to disclose. And to try to somehow equate that with Iran's disclosure, because who is wanting to use nuclear weapons in an offensive manner? Iran. Israel's not threatening any sort of preemptive strike. They're not threatening that. They're simply saying that we face an existential threat, and we will, if appropriate, disclose our hand when we have to defend ourselves. Cuomo doesn't get that. He doesn't get it at all. And why? Because, quite frankly, like many American media, they don't like Israel.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Driving up north right now, big backups on South I-25. Traffic is stopped. South I-25 from Highway 7 down to a stall. South I-25, it's approaching 144th Avenue. Right lane is blocked off there. Want to get around this Washington or Huron, a good alternate. Still have a lot of heavy traffic along that I-25 drive downtown at the Tech Center, both directions. And an accident, minor crash, westbound C470 after Lucent. That's on the shoulder, running heavy there from University. Then with forecast, cloudy skies tonight, low of 56, sunny but breezy tomorrow with a high near 88. Right now, 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHAL.
Staples knows running out of ink is no way to do business. Help keep your business working and your printers printing. Go to Staples for a huge selection of ink and toner and find your ink in stock every time and at a low price every day so you can meet every deadline. Staples.
You know, I've told you that a few years ago I would not have endorsed a solar company because the financials just didn't make sense for the homeowner. But that's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic Solar, they simply replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels. So your monthly out-of-pocket is the same, except that now you own your energy instead of renting it. There's no down payment needed, and after your panels are paid off, you've got free energy for your house for life. You own your solar panels as opposed to renting them, which is what all these other companies do. This gives you more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And when they put solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. And Zoetic Solar is a Colorado-owned and operated company that's right here in Denver, just a couple of blocks from me. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to call Zoetic and just get a free quote for your home. Call them at 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
If you're just mixing your summer salads and sandwiches with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you're doing it wrong. But if you're spinning your summer salads and sandwiches with Spin Blend real salad dressing, you're doing it right. Unlike Miracle Whip, Spin Blend uses no high fructose corn syrup, so you know what you're serving is healthier and naturally delicious. So don't just make a sandwich, spin it. Don't just mix a salad, spin it with Spin Blend real salad dressing.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
Why does stepping foot into a car dealership have to be so painful? right? Why do we have to practice saying things like, I'm just looking, or what's your lowest price? Why can't somebody just let us take our time and listen to what we really want? Well, guys, it's Dave Logan, and I'm here to tell you there's a better way. It's been right in our backyard since 1993. Experience one price, one person, 1 hour, and 0 dealer handling fees, just like I did at Colorado's own Shop BMW. Learn more at shopbmw.com today.
Hey, let's go talk to my favorite realtor, Bobby Bolden with RE/MAX Professionals. Bobby, I got a question for you. So I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think there might be a lot of people up and down the Front Range that want to downsize, but they're concerned about finding another home to live in. True or not?
Oh, you're exactly right, Michael. You know, last week I was talking to you about the number of ranch-style homes available in the area, and people do want them, but here's what happened. Most of the people that called have the same thing in common. They're worried about selling their homes first and not being able to find the replacement. And I agree. I wouldn't want to do that either. I mean, nobody wants to end up in the shelter for the homeless.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a couple of ways around that to make sure that they don't get locked into a sale until they're able to find a home that they want. And I am betting that other people are worried about that in this market too.
And they can call you at 303-618-2000 and find out for themselves. Thanks, Bobby.
Spring into action and put the food you love back on your menu. Just because you're gluten-free doesn't mean you can't enjoy breads, hamburger, and hot dog buns, pancakes, cupcakes, and so much more. Gluten-Free Things is a local gluten-free and vegan bakery. Look them up online, glutenfreethings.com.
Nice serve, Brooks.
Thank you.
Say, old chap, who do we have running for governor in Colorado?
I believe we've tapped Walker Stapleton for that race, Winston. He's clearly one of us.
Oh, Stapleton, you say? Isn't he a Bush?
Indeed he is. Top-notch squash player, too.
Oh, a Bush and a squash man. Wonderful.
Yes, and with all his years in the Bush family business, he's quite properly raking in the loot from all our insider friends.
Excellent. With Walker Stapleton in office, it'll certainly be business as usual.
Indubitably.
Shall we retire to the clubhouse?
Absolutely. And, my friend, first round of martinis are on me.
Don't vote for a Bush insider in Colorado. Vic Mitchell is the outsider conservative businessman running for governor. Vote Victor Mitchell for governor. Paid for by Coloradans for Victor Mitchell.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived. The best value in heating and air. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double. Napa Know How.
Hear that screeching sound from your car? It's your brakes yelling, "Change me." So head to any Napa Auto Care Center and we'll replace them for you. Or go to any Napa Auto Parts store and do it yourself. Either way, you'll get a $50 prepaid Visa card by mail on qualifying purchases over $250. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know How.
Napa Know How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 5/31/18. Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Cars, the second biggest investment we make. So let's talk all about them. Coming up on the Troubleshooter Show tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Now I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift.
Well, I'm back.
The baffled.
Maybe temporarily. I don't know. I appreciate everybody's patience. We have a family crisis that we're dealing with, and got to make sure people are safe. That's the priority. There's nothing to. I remember very distinctly a couple of. Whenever things like this happen to me, I go back in time to my time as the director of FEMA and the Undersecretary of Homeland Security. And there are certain instances that stick in your mind that, and I always used to give, and I still give these speeches where people talk about, or people say to me, well, I never thought it would happen to me. Shortly after I left D.C. and came back to Colorado, Tamara wasn't, she was at school. And I had a knock on the door. We lived in the mountains north of Boulder. And I got a knock on the door. I was working in my home office, as I normally do. And there was a deputy sheriff that just very quickly said, there's a fire over the ridge that's headed your way, and you need to evacuate immediately. So I did. Grabbed the old St. Bernard, grabbed the go bag. If you don't have a go bag, you're screwed. And grabbed, and don't tell anybody I did this, but I grabbed a few other things because, well, I know how evacuation orders work. So I knew how much time I had. So I grabbed some jewelry and some other stuff that I knew was important to Tamara, and I threw it in the Jeep and headed down the mountain. And I was fascinated when I got to the parking lot that had been designated where we could all go. I was fascinated because here I was with a Jeep that in the back had a big duffel bag that's the go bag, a 186-pound St. Bernard, and then in the front seat next to me was a small, almost like a backpack that I just thrown some valuables in. Cash, jewelry, gold coins, and stuff like that. So that was me. That was it. And I looked around at the people as they filtered into the parking lot, and my God, it was like they were moving. They had everything in those vehicles. And I'm thinking, okay, at least I understood, one, to be ready, and two, now, granted, I told you that I didn't leave immediately, but I left within 20 or 30 minutes. After I left within 20 or 30 minutes, there were still people coming down off the mountain and still going into that parking lot who had all of this crap with them. And I'm thinking, seriously? You spent your time putting Lord knows what is in all of those trash bags that you have piled up and you can't even move, and the fire could have overtaken you. And why do I know that? Because I saw it in wildfires throughout the country. I saw them in Colorado, in Montana, in California, in Oregon, in Washington, in Arizona, in Oklahoma, in Kansas, everywhere. You don't have to live in a place like Colorado or New Mexico for wildfires. Grassland fires, deadly. Oh, Texas, I forgot about Texas. Those were huge fires too. But I remember one particular, this is not a fire, but I remember one particular time. This was in Florida, some county in Florida. And the hurricane had been so bad that in this particular county, this particular area that I was at, we had sent urban search and rescue teams in because we didn't know whether this particular subdivision, whether it was structurally sound or not, and we didn't know whether people had left in time or they had stayed. So I crossed the police line and go talk to the urban search and rescue teams. And by the time I got back, people had seen my little tiny entourage and my little tiny motorcade of me and about 2 cars. But they had seen me pull up. And as I got back to the police line, people were begging me to let them back into their homes. And I must have spent 30, 45 minutes explaining to people that I want to let you in as quickly as I can, And quite frankly, I can't legally stop you from going in. I get that there's a police line, and I get there's cops standing here, but if you break through that line, they're not going to come and chase you. So what you need to understand is that if you go to your home and you open the front door and you step in and the roof caves in on you, if the ceiling caves in or the walls collapse, nothing we can do. You will be DRT, dead right there. So I get the frustration. So those of you who have been watching me, because we didn't take the YouTube down, did we, Angie? So people have been watching me talking on the telephone, trying to reach Tamara.
I've switched it a couple times.
Did you? Well, I just know some people are like, how's that happen? How's that happen? I'm on the phone while I'm talking on air. And talking to the insurance company, getting a wildfire mitigation team set up. It puts things in perspective that when the proverbial feces hits the fan, I've got a great producer that on a moment's notice can throw something in and cover my butt while I spend time reading legal documents and texting the wife and calling phones and doing all that kind of garbage. You realize what's important. But there's nothing I can do now. There is nothing I can do but sit and wait. And for you smartasses that think that I've disclosed too much information, well, I probably have. Don't tread on me. Don't show up unannounced. Because you could end up DRT too. The compound is fortified, and the compound is protected. Glock, Smith & Wesson. Yeah. So anyway, I want to trudge through this because I got some stuff I want to do. And tomorrow's Friday, so we'll do an Ask Michael Anything tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and I'll push on through this. Yeah, my mind's elsewhere, in case you wonder. My mind is elsewhere.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station. Glenn Beck is next after the news on 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. KHOW Denver.
This report is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams.
Big delays up north, south of I-25, dealing with single-digit speeds. South of I-25, approaching 144th Avenue. It's a stall, blocking about right lane. Traffic is stopped from Highway 7 on down. Try to get to the left side of the highway. You can avoid I-25, Washington, or Huron to get around this. An accident reported northbound I-25, approaching Yale, backed up in the tech center from Dry Creek. And there's a stall or an accident on southbound I-25 after Downing, and cleaning up a crash westbound C-470 near Lucin Boulevard. Then a forecast. Tonight, cloudy skies, low 56. Sunny but breezy tomorrow with a high near 88. Right now, 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
From your home to the whole block, ask Sherwin-Williams and save 30% on paints and stains during the National Painting Week sale, May 25th through June 4th. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You know, all of us know somebody that's hired a contractor and paid them a bunch of money and they never got the job done. Now, if you want to avoid that and you're wanting to also remodel your kitchen or bathroom, you need to call my buddy Brian at Professional Home Design. Brian's fully licensed, fully insured. And unlike the other bathroom and kitchen remodeling companies, Brian and Professional Home Designs handles everything from putting in the cabinets, countertops, plumbing, electrical, you name it. There's no part of the job he's not qualified and certified to do. And here's how they work. You sign the contract, the work gets scheduled, and you meet with their designer at their showroom, and you pick out the tile, countertops, vanity cabinets, whatever you need. And Professional Home Design buys those items at cost. You get them at cost. So there are no markups. That means it's cheaper, quicker, and easier to hire Professional Home Design than it is, one, to do it yourself, or two, hire somebody else. So here's Brian's cell phone. I want you to call or text him right now about your kitchen or bathroom remodeling project. 720-369-8998. 720-369-8998.
This is Sean Farshi, General Manager at Mercedes-Benz of Littleton. I just wrapped up an exciting meeting with my sales staff, and now I want to let you know what's got my sales team buzzing, the E-Event. You choose the payment on your new Mercedes-Benz E-Sedan or GLE SUV. I have 5 enticing payments to choose from. Choose the payment, and you choose the car in that payment tier that you like best. The sales staff is going nuts. Hurry, it expires at the end of May. See the offers online at mercedesoflittleton.com/event.
If your vision were failing you, I bet you'd get it tested right away. So if you're not hearing clearly, you shouldn't wait to get that tested either. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and ADCO Hearing Products are offering free hearing tests. Then if you need them, ADCO's products are affordable devices which make everyday life easier, from using the phone to watching TV to waking up in the morning. So drop by the store for your free hearing test. They're at 4242 South Broadway, 4242 South Broadway, and learn more at adcohearing.com. That's ADCO hearing.com.
You know, people ask me, what happened to Bill O'Reilly? Well, Bill O'Reilly is over on Newsmax TV every week now. In fact, this coming weekend, you can watch his show. He calls it the No Spin News, and it airs on Newsmax TV. You can get Bill's no-spin take on President Trump and the media war against him. I want you to check out Bill O'Reilly's No Spin News and Newsmax TV. It's America's new conservative cable news channel. It's great. Not only do I watch it, I'm on it sometimes. Tune into Newsmax TV anytime and find some of the top newsmakers you're not going to find on all the other networks. And see Bill O'Reilly's No Spin News Saturday at 7 Eastern and Sunday at 6 Eastern. That's Newsmax TV. It's on DirecTV Channel 349, Dish 216, UVerse 1220 and Fios 615. That's DirecTV 349 and Dish 216. Now, if you don't get Newsmax TV, call your cable system. Tell them you want Newsmax TV. Newsmax TV. It's real news for real people.
If you plan on buying or selling a home, listen to this important message from Rex. There's no longer any reason to pay 6% to sell your home. Introducing Rex. Rex sells homes for the lowest fee in the industry, 2% total, saving consumers thousands of dollars per transaction. With Rex, you get a full-service team backed by technology. They don't market homes the way traditional agents do. Rex uses big data and machine learning to attract hundreds of qualified buyers directly to your home the moment it goes on the market. And Rex Real Estate charges only 2% total, not the 6% commission your local broker expects. Get started now by calling 833-REX-HOME. Rex can also help you buy a home. Your licensed Rex agent will arrange showings, negotiate offers, guide you through escrow, and even get you pre-qualified for a mortgage at the lowest available rate. Rex is with you every step of the way. To speak with a Rex representative, call now at 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. CALBRE license 100077876.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage but didn't want to start a new 30-year loan all over again? Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing, and let me tell you, they can help. When refinancing to eliminate mortgage insurance, lower your rate, or consolidate high-interest debt, you don't have to worry about resetting your loan term, because at American Financing, they offer 10, 13, or 18-year loans, really any term you need. It truly is a custom loan. You choose the term based on your budget, and they'll find the most competitive interest rate. It's your mortgage, your way. Plus, with a fixed rate, no matter where interest rates go, yours stays the same. Monthly payments won't increase. It just takes one call to their salary-based mortgage consultants. They'll guide you through options and will customize the right program to achieve your financial goals. They may even be able to get you closed in as fast as 10 days. So get started now. 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And you
know the hardest damn part of all of this, and I understand that too, because if you recall on 9/11, cell phones were just inoperable, and that was back in the Dark Age. That was back in the Stone Age. And you fast forward to Hurricane Katrina, and I'll never forget. And you probably see them, the temporary cell towers they put up. We deployed thousands of those through the Gulf Coast so that people could communicate. And it's frustrating because last text I got is, I just got the call to evacuate. And I didn't realize, I thought that our phones showed up as iHeartMedia. Now they show up as unknown caller. And I can't get Tamara to text me back or to call back. And it drives me nuts. I just want to know that she's safe. And I just want to know that, I want to know what's going on. And I'm far enough away, I can't do anything. So let me kick into my former FEMA director mode and explain to you, implore you, that you should have a means of communicating. You should, and we do, and frankly, I think I know exactly where she's at. And there's no cell coverage there. So as soon as she's able to get someplace where there's cell coverage, I'll get a text and everything will be fine. People are so caught up. And it's funny because I had planned to talk about this, but in a different context. I had planned to talk about this today. I don't hide my feelings or emotions from this audience. And you probably heard some frustration in my voice yesterday. And I was going to talk in the 5 o'clock hour, but obviously that got disrupted. I was going to talk in the 5 o'clock hour about the whole Russia story and this whole attack on Trump, because it has worn me down. It's worn me down to the point that I don't want to talk about it. And then I hear, like Maxine Waters talk about, I didn't clip it today, but Maxine talks about, the American people are just sick and tired of hearing about this. And I thought, yeah, we are. And you're winning because I'm sick of it and I don't want to talk about it. We can't let that happen. We can't let the left, culturally, politically, or in any other fashion, win. They will destroy the republic. And if you don't believe that they will destroy the republic, all you have to do is look across the Atlantic. You look at the dumbassery that goes on in the United Kingdom, our motherland, the land of the Magna Carta, where people can't speak their mind, people can't videotape, people can't photograph, people can't buy guns. People are now, we got to have knife control. There's no reason to have an 8-inch or a 10-inch kitchen knife with a pointed tip on it. If your government has become so intrusive that you think it's right that you should not be able to buy an 8 or 10-inch kitchen knife with a pointed tip on it because somebody might stab somebody, or if your government is telling you that you should be at least 21 years of age before you can buy a shotgun, whether it's semi-automatic or single shot, something might be wrong with your country. When you think about, look, 21 years of age, I don't think the voting age ought to be 18. Hell's bells, I think you ought to be 25 or 30 before you can vote. I might go so far, and this might send some of you over the edge, maybe you ought to actually pay taxes before you vote. Own some property. Do something before you're allowed to vote. Oh, but Michael, we can't have that because everybody's one man, one vote. Look where it's gotten us. I just need a break. I thought I had a break, Angie. No, I thought I had a vacation break. I thought you and I took a day off.
We did.
We did, didn't we? And here we are 48 hours later screaming and moaning, bitching and moaning about how bad things are.
How it works.
It is how it works, isn't it? But we can't give up. I refuse to give up. I don't want my grandkids to grow up in a country where the government is so freaking intrusive that they're going to start telling you at what age you can handle a gun or buy a gun or use a gun or a knife or anything else. I'm tired of the dumbassery and I'm tired of the manipulation of people's minds. So we have to double our effort. We have to buck up. We have to suck up. And we have to recognize that if we don't continue the fight, they'll win. They'll win. Can't happen. It cannot happen. All republics die, but it's not going to die on my watch. I don't want it to die on your watch. I don't want this I want this republic to survive another 200 years or to the end of time if it can. The greatest single contribution to mankind are those founding documents that created a free enterprise system that allowed us to get to the point where we are today, where I'm able to sit behind this dadgum microphone and talk to people that are listening all over the world, that are watching me on stupid YouTube or Facebook. No, I guess they're not watching us on Facebook. We got taken down today, right? Damn Zuckerberg. Yep. What, you played the wrong song?
I did.
You know, I got a story over here about tech titans tiptoe toward monopoly. It's in today's Wall Street Journal. They are beginning to act like monopolies. Google, Facebook, Amazon. They're kind of like the old monopolies. And maybe it is time where we're on the path toward some antitrust action. One thing that Theodore Roosevelt did correct. You can argue that it's a progressive policy, but monopolies, even government-controlled, government-authorized monopolies like power companies, are still wrong in my opinion.
This report is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams.
Driving across the world, it's a new problem. Southbound 225 at Colfax, an accident blocking the two left lanes. Southbound 225 nearly stopped from I-70 down to Colfax. Try to get to the right side of the highway there. That's a tough drive. Looking better up north on southbound I-25. A stall near 144th Avenue. All lanes have opened up. Traffic is backed up, but that is slowly improving. Still has some slowdowns. Southbound I-25 traveling from downtown to the tech center with an accident working southbound I-25 after Downing. Denver's forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low of 56. Tomorrow will be sunny but breezy with a high near 88. 79 on Saturday. Right now, 88 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHAL.
From your home to the whole block, ask Sherwin-Williams and save 30% on paints and stains during the National Painting Week sale, May 25th through June 4th. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Hey, go roll back to a time when railroads dominated the Rocky Mountain landscape. The Wiley Bunch, led by Butch Cassidy and the Sunrise Kid, are going to be joining us for Railroad Days at the Loop, and I expect there's going to be some trouble. We're going to have a few engines on display at the Silver Plume Train Yard, a model train display in the Car Museum, and some living exhibits so that you can experience life in the Old West. It's June 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th. And I want you to call now for reservations at 888-456-6777. Or you can go online to GeorgetownLoopRR.com. That's GeorgetownLoopRR.com. Or you can call them 888-456-6777. And in the near future, I'm going to be riding on the 145 and the 310 train. I'll be hosting those trains. So you want to be sure and check back when I'm doing that and come ride the trains with me. Roll back to a time when railroads dominated the Rocky Mountain landscape. You know, if you've been in a car wreck, perhaps the biggest pain is going to be dealing with the insurance company on the other side. Well, I got some free advice for you. When the insurance company says that they accept full responsibility, they are not saying that they agree to pay every aspect of your damages fairly, nor do they have your best interest in mind. Here's what they're really saying. They're saying that they're going to challenge every bill, every medical procedure, and every other damage category that you have. Well, the job of a personal injury attorney is to make sure that the insurance company treats you fairly and compensates you for your losses. Now, if this is something that you're going through, you need to call John Fuller of Fuller Law. Call John Fuller right now. He's not going to charge you a nickel to chat about your case and see what options you have. You'll deal directly with John, and you'll never get assigned to some junior associate. I know lawyers, and I know who to recommend to friends and family, and that's John Fuller of John Fuller Law. Call him today at 303-597-4500 or online, personalinjuryco.com.
Spin it with Spin Blend.
If you're just mixing your summer salads and sandwiches with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you're doing it wrong. But if you're spinning your summer salads and sandwiches with Spin Blend real salad dressing, you're doing it right. Unlike Miracle Whip, Spin Blend uses no high fructose corn syrup, so you know what you're serving is healthier and naturally delicious. So don't just make a sandwich, spin it. Don't just mix a salad, spin it with Spin Blend real salad dressing.
Spin it with Spin Blend.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's right, a real estate show for consumers. All inside information to help you, the consumer. Every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 630 KHOW. The Consumers Real Estate Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on 630 KHOW.
Now's the perfect time to join the fan club at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. New members can win up to $1,000 in fan play or other great prizes just for signing up. Everyone's a winner and membership is free. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive $5 in free fan play. Stop by Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk and sign up today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
If you've thought about installing solar on your home or business here in Colorado, do what I did and work with an actual Colorado company. Hi, it's Ross, and the very best choice in solar is Bright Street Energy. They've installed hundreds of systems on everything from modest homes to the National Western Complex. They offer a lifetime system warranty nearly unheard of in the industry. You can learn more and schedule your free solar consultation today at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE street.com, and make sure to ask about the special offer for my listeners.
Tune into The Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is The Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show, Saturdays at 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. or Sundays at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m.
You know, in this wild housing market, instead of buying an existing house, why don't you get a brand new, custom-built home from the Hall Company? And I know that you hear me say the word custom-built and you think expensive. That's not necessarily true. Whether you're looking for 1,500 or 15,000 square feet, the Hall Company will help you find your ideal piece of land, design the home with you, and then build it. You get what you want, not what somebody else had. The Hall Company can even help you find the land if you want to build the house yourself, and of course, they can help you secure financing. So instead of getting what somebody else liked, get a home that's just what you want. Check out their work at this website. Go check it out right now. DenverCustomHomebuilder.biz. DenverCustomHomebuilder.biz. Or call or text Dave Hall, the owner. He's ready to answer any questions about custom-built homes. Call or text him at 303-669-0531. Call him right now, 303-669-0531.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
In this world of online shopping, brick and mortar stores have to be great to win. So who's doing it right? We'll talk about it with an expert Friday morning at 7:06, right here on 630 KHOW.
This is a great story about Google. There's a woman by the name of Ingrid Newkirk. She's the co-founder and president of People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA. Google has these Talks at Google series. And she was invited earlier this year for it doesn't say how long, but a long planned speech to Google employees. So she drives to Google headquarters. She pulls up in the parking lot and she gets a call. The call is to tell her that this long planned event that she has flown all the way to Google headquarters, rented the car, got into the parking lot, only to be told as she's parking, never mind. We've canceled the event. According to, who is this? I'm trying to find out I can't find the name of the person that called her. But here's what they said, according to a transcript of the call. Ms. Newkirk had been invited by some employees to discuss her view that animals can be subject to prejudice just as people can as part of the company's Talks at Google series. But another group of employees said the topic was offensive to humans who face racism, and they protested. Google has these values, and with our talks, we have to align with these values. Remember when the guy was fired because he wrote a paper about the groupthink within Google? It's even worse than we suspected. This is the climate inside Google, where you have these fractious groups of employees who have turned the workplace. Be careful, because I think this is a cancer that can go into virtually any workplace, where these fractious groups, because of identity politics, everybody has to fit in some little stovepipe somewhere. They have turned Google into this war zone of debate over every issue of social and political beliefs. Now, bottom line is, Google has always promoted a work culture that is more like a college campus, where loud debates and doctrinaire stances are commonplace. And today, its parent, Alphabet Inc., is now actually struggling to keep their employees under control. Activists at Google, that's a group, have organized a rally critical of President Trump. Militia at Google, that's a group that discusses their desire to overturn a prohibition on guns in the office. Conservatives at Google, surprise, surprise, conservatives at Google allege discrimination against right-leaning job candidates. There's even a group called Sex Positive at Google. Those are group members that are concerned that explicit content is being unfairly removed from Google Drive file sharing software. Oh, I'm not done yet. Googlers for Animals. They're the ones that invited the PETA president, only to be undercut by another group, Black Googler Network. They're the ones that said, oh, we don't want somebody to come in here and talk about how animals are subjected to racism because we're black employees and we're subjected to racism and we think that's unfair. This is the left eating the left. And these are the consequences. These are the consequences that this nation faces, not just inside tech giants like Google, but that we face as a society as a whole. When we allow those on the left that make public policy and that drive the culture and drive the politics to start putting everybody in some little category. And if you're not, if you want to talk about tribalism, the tribalism is not Democrats versus Republican. No, it's not even conservative versus liberal anymore. The tribalism now is things like this. Militia at Google, activists at Google, conservatives at Google, sex positive at Google, Googlers for Animals, and the Black Googler Network. How much more of an example do you need to prove my point that we have so destroyed the ties that bind us as a nation? And when I say we, I think conservatives and Republicans have done it too. And we've done it, I think conservatives have, not in a vicious way, but we've done it because we have been pushed so far, just like I've said before, you can't sacrifice your principles. You have to stand by those principles. And if everybody else moves away from you, whether it's so far to the right or so far to the left, that all you can do is stand there and hold your ground, that's what you must do. But beyond the internal debates are actual lawsuits. There have been a bunch of lawsuits. Actions from female employees alleging pay discrimination against women, from male ex-employees and potential new hires claiming bias against conservative white men, a transgender engineer who said he was fired for making derogatory statements about what he called white male privilege. All of this comes on top of a very public controversy where they fired that engineer for making his statement about gender differences. The rest of us ought to be watching this and raising the questions about how that kind of tribalism and how that kind of identity politics is infecting everything in society. And then we ought to put a stop to it, stat.
That's pretty much all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.
Ankmar Garage Doors at ankmar.com. Everything doors since 1956.